Hey everybody, welcome to Wacky Wednesday, number 114 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and look what's back. The throwback standard gauntlet for some reason in the limited tournaments, despite the fact that it's supposed to be in the constructed tournaments. Anyways, this is the gauntlet that I played maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, that was heavily bugged, and so it lasted all of 4 or 5 hours before it was removed. Now it's back with the bugs fixed, maybe some new bugs, who knows? But we're going to jump into this, find out what deck we get, and play 3 matches of Mirage Tempest Standard. And here's the deck we got, and it's the one that I actually know the least about. It's like Tradewind Rider good stuff. So Tradewind Rider is the star of the deck here. 3 and a blue for a 1/4 flyer. Tap it and 2 untapped creatures you control to return target permanent, meaning even lands, to its owner's hand. So you can actually pretty quickly get a lock by bouncing all of their creatures that might do damage, and if there's no creature, just start bouncing their lands and utterly lock them out of the game. That being said, I don't know what else this deck is doing. It is kind of a weird deck, and I know it's one that I saw some people comment on the first time around that they don't really remember it being a deck in the format. So we've got Spike Feeder, which can get us some life if need be. We've got Wall of Roots to ramp us, along with some Birds of Paradise, Wall of Blossoms to draw cards and hold off the aggressive red deck that's in this throwback. Hermit Druid apparently is also part of the star, so we're going to pay a green, tap it to reveal cards from our library until we reveal basic land card. So we're going to fill our graveyard with creatures, and then we can Living Death, which wipes the board and brings back a bunch of creatures, maybe a Tradewind Rider along with it, and then we can start that lock. We've got Fallen Angel, 3/3 flyer. You can sack a creature to give it some power, so that's going to be probably one of our finishers. We've got Armageddon. Got some stuff here. Sideboard, we've got counter target blue spell. That's going to be important against some of the heavy blue decks that are in this set. Some bounce, some Uktabis to get rid of artifacts. But yeah, I have no idea how this deck plays, so this will be an interesting 3 matches, but let's start match 1 right now. Alright, we got ourselves an opponent. Who knows what they're going to be playing? They could be playing Forbidian or Drago. We got City of Brass into Birds. We can pretty rapidly get some stuff online, draw cards. I'll keep it. I don't necessarily know what a good or bad keep for this deck is. Well, it's one of the blue decks. They're probably the better decks in the entire format, I would imagine. But we're going to drop a Birds. Hope it doesn't get countered. Does not get countered. Another island. Several decks that this could be. Ooh, we did get a Tradewind. So we currently have 3 mana available. So we could Wall of Roots into a Wall of Blossoms. Let's do that. So let's Wall of Roots. That was okay. Into a Wall of Blossoms. Wait, how do I? Green. There we go. Into a Wall of Blossoms. Draw a card. None of our creatures attack, unfortunately. That's going to be something we kind of want. This can only be done once a turn, right? Yes. Alright, we know our opponent has 2 islands. And they have Impulse. Well, that narrows it down a little bit. They are Drago, Frostbloom, which is possible, but I doubt it, or Forbidian. Frostbloom is a combo deck. Extremely unlikely they're Frostbloom. So they are Drago or Forbidian. They are going to counter basically all the things that we really desperately want to play. So they'll counter this Tradewind Rider. I doubt they would counter this Hermit Druid, but let's find out. If they do, joke is on them. We get another one. Alright, is this going to tell us which control deck they are? To Dissipate, eh? Alright, so they are draw go. So their plan is to just counter everything I ever play. And yeah, that's that. Alright, so countered it, gets exiled. Sure. So we'll drop the Undiscovered Paradise. We've got 3 mana, 1 short of the Trade Wind. So I guess we'll do Hermit Druid, number this one. And we'll also play a Birds. And pass the turn. Quicksand. Alright, so our Hermit Druid's never attacking. Wasn't really its game plan. They're basically going to play until they can hit a Nevernearl's Disc, which is right here. So now I don't really want to play anything. We get an Intuition. What does that do? Search your library for 3 cards and reveal them. Target opponent chooses 1. Put that card into your hand and the rest into the graveyard. Then shuffle your library. Well, I guess we drop Tradewind Rider now, forcing the disc to be popped next turn. Black, black, 1. Oh, we don't end up being allowed to Living Death in that case. Whelp. Whelp, whelp, whelpy whelp. I guess we'll Hermit Druid. Whole bunch of cards in the graveyard. And then we've got really no way around this. Boy, I hope I don't just face 3 control decks in a row. What can get us out of this? What could I even Intuition for? Could Intuition for... not much of anything. I will be bringing in Uktabi Orangutan, that's for sure. Corpse Dance doesn't really do it. Armageddon doesn't quite do it. Boy, how good would Armageddon have been right now? Could I have done it? I could have done blue 1, 2, went and picked all 3 Armageddons, got an Armageddon, white 1, 2. No, I would have been 1 mana short of Armageddoning this turn. Yeah, I don't think I have a play. So I guess we'll just run out the Tradewind Rider here. And pass the turn. And then see if he plays the or if he pops the disc here. Of course, it only costs 1 to pop, so they're gonna have the counters in hand to stop me from Living Death, because this deck plays some ridiculous number of counters. Plays 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Plays 21 counters. Alright, so rip my board. Rip my board. Let's play a forest and pass the turn. So I guess end of his turn we can try to Intuition for something. He's going to Impulse, sure thing, find another counter. We could Impulse for 3 more Living Deaths. Doesn't sound great. Or not impulse, intuition. We could intuition for... I guess maybe the Armageddons? Because if I threaten their lands, like maybe we can at least like eat a counter. He's fine with it. Well, in that case, we're gonna go Armageddon, Armageddon, Armageddon. Which one can I have? You give me an Armageddon. Thank you. So I guess I try to cast Armageddon now. It's not going to let me, but it's going to eat a counter at least. So let's do that. Counter away, that's fine. Mana Leek. That's harsh, opponent. That's harsh. So what's the top card of my graveyard right now? Rainbow Efreet. Oh, there's the hard lock, eh? So Armageddon's the top creature is birds. And it comes to the battlefield and it gets haste and then it exiles at the next end step. Okay. I mean, what do I do? 2 cards in hand. We could try to run out Spike Feeder. He has access to every counter with 3 mana, so I don't necessarily want to run my only living death out. Yeah, let's do Spike Feeder. See if we can eat another counter here. Next turn we may just have to go all in Living Death Hope. Let's the Spike Feeder go. Okay. Or no, it is still in the stack. He let the City of Brass go. I can have a Spike Feeder, you say? So I've got 1 living death in the graveyard? Yeah, 1 in the graveyard, so there's 2 left in the library. I will take 3. Leaves all the mana up. Reflecting Pool. I will pass the turn. On his turn, I will gain 4 life, Corpse Dance to try to bring it back to gain 4 more life. Hopefully eat a counter, and then Living Death? It's a whole lot of hoping. Ooh, Stalking Stones is the other way they win. Pay 6 mana and becomes a 3/3. Just forever. Alright, opponent, let's see what kind of counters you got. So we're going to cast it with Buyback. Say in black, 1, 2. 1 and 2. Snap counter. Oh, dismiss? Draw a card? Sure. And now we go all in, please, one time. All in, please, one time. One time, please. One time, please. No, says the opponent. And they draw another card. So we get one more shot next turn, and then we're dead. Oh, Drago. So much fun. I will take 3. You will pass the turn. I will try one more time, and then concede. No, says the opponent. You're going to have to show me the spell. I'm not going to concede until I actually see it. There we go. I'm out. That was horrible. Yeah. This is a very hard match to win. So we can Pyroblast to stop all that shenanigans. Target player reveals his or her hand, then choose a card of the basic land, and then rip it out. So it has to be a card from their hand, so we don't even get to like name a card. Lobotomy does not sound great. So Pyroblast just to get into a little bit of a counter war. Uktabi to maybe get rid of the disc. Disc does hurt us a bit. Is there anything bad here? So Necrotals aren't going to do much good. We don't have anything of theirs to kill, basically. Spike Feeder, somewhat pointless. Cloud Chaser, somewhat pointless. Doesn't play any enchantments. So we could pull in an Orangutan for the disc. Sure, let's give that a try. I wonder what they have against me. What does Drago have in their board? They have a Wasteland, which hits an awful lot of my lands. They've got not much else, really. I will play first, for sure. They are not going to get to play first. That is not something that's going to happen. We have a turn 1 birds. We have a Pyroblast online. I will keep. Oh, if we can get in with like a bird and something else on the table, we'll be in good shape. Play the bird. Wasteland. Ouch. Jerk move. Well, we'll go into a Hermit Druid. There's the island. We'll then go into a Spike Feeder, and we'll actually get to attack with this Druid here. In for 1. Taste it. Taste it. And drop a Spike Feeder. Opponent will play an island, pass the turn. Ooh, a Quicksand, pass the turn. Ooh, Reflecting Pool. Very nice. Alright, 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 alright. So it's -1, -2. Well, I will attack with a Spike Feeder. There's basically no chance he'll sack the Quicksand here. Perfect. And then I will pass the turn. You're going to Impulse? Yeah, that's fine. You can Impulse. Ooh, I don't have access to red, actually. Oh, no, I do. Birds, 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 of course. I was thinking Reflecting Pool doesn't make red just yet. It will when I play the Undiscovered Paradise, though. Alright, so we will Druid here. Get ourselves a land. Yeah, so we can drop that Tradewind Rider. Not when I just played that, though. Should have played the Undiscovered Paradise. That's a punt. As unfamiliar as I am with Constructed, I'm unfamiliar even more with Tempest, Mirage, Constructed. Well, we'll attack in for 2. And then we will pass the turn. Stocking stones. Fun. Disc? There's the disc. Alright, so what do we do about the disc? Well, we Hermit Druid. And then we Armageddon. Yeah, screw it. What's Armageddon? Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Deal with it. Boop, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Hope you have lands in your hand. And then we will attack in for 2. Take him to 13. Drop a forest so that we have Hermit Druid online. I should find out how many basic lands I have left in my deck. I have 5, 6, 7. I have 7 basic lands in my deck. Okay, so he is in fact going to blow up the world. Well, I will get some life. I was super hoping he didn't have lands in hand. Yeah, I guess we'll do Hermit Druid one more time. There's a Living Death left in my deck, so that's a plus. Drop the Undiscovered Paradise or the Gemstone Mine. Let's drop the Gemstone Mine. Pass the turn. Undiscovered Paradise, and we will Wall of Blossoms. Draw a card. Hey, how you doing, Live and Death? Someday we might be able to cast you, maybe. You're gonna Impulse. Sure. You can Impulse. Unfortunately, I don't think we win this. That's really just the moral of the story against Draw Go. You just don't win it. You gotta be hyper aggro. Alright. 3 mana's pretty good. Pretty good. I will pass the turn again. Gonna Impulse again? No? Ah. Hey, Underground River. That's actually pretty useful. So we can black, 1, 2, 3. So we'll wait one more turn to Living Death so that we can counter their counter, which unfortunately gives them more land. So I might actually trade Windrider here, just to eat a counter out of their hand. Because, you know, what else can I possibly do here? Countered with a Dismiss. Card drawn, good for you. I guess we could have countered that counter. We would have had a Trade Wind. Eh. Oh, and by tap... Yep. Not familiar with this deck. Yeah, Undiscovered Paradise comes back, which means that I can't do Living Death. Yep. So, let's Living Death and hope they don't have 2 counters. We know they basically guaranteed do. Living Death. It goes on top of my library? Sure. What you doing, opponent? Can't be the target of red spells or abilities from red sources. Deals 1 damage to target creature or player. That's fine, right? I guess that's like against birds and stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to waste a Pyroblast on that. Especially because we can probably Living Death encounter here, I think. Black. 1, Living Death, go for the counter. Counter your counter. Force Spike. God damn it. GG, opponent. GG. So we've got 1 Living Death left. 1, 2, 3. Nope, all of our Living Deaths are gone. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. We're dead. We are dead as dead can be. So we're done. We're done. See ya. That sucked. Boy, I hope that doesn't happen 3 times in a row. Draw-Go is horrible to play against. I really want to play as it. I would love to play as that deck. But instead we get the janky BS that I think they just put in to fill at the spots. Draw-Go was a real deck. Trade Wind Rider, not so much. I'll see you guys for round 2 where we try to do something with Trade Wind Rider. So, see you then.